Major, we are watching Donald Trump's plane landing. I want to ask you about this letter. It seems to be a contradiction of everything the campaign has set up to this point. I mean, I watched Paul Manafort do some of the morning shows this morning, vehemently denying anything was wrong, anything was amiss, and then this letter. What do you make of it?
Well, it's either a massive recalibration of the damage done, or it's an invention. I mean, look, this person, Meredith MacIver, works, we are told, for the Trump Organization. That is an unverifiable aspect of this campaign, because nobody on the Trump Organization would ever show up on a Federal Election Commission report ever. Not in the future, not now. So we don't know. We don't know if this person even exists. She very well may. The Trump Organization says she does. But it seems a very odd orientation to this whole matter, to have someone who works for a separate organization, the Trump Organization, have this depth of involvement in this very important high visibility speech, and have no one within the presidential campaign of Donald Trump accountable for anything involving the process of drafting, writing, or putting the final touches on this speech. It seems almost inconceivable that no one in the communication shop, no one at Paul Manafort's level, Rick Gates, campaign manager, et cetera, would have any role in this. I mean, if we are to believe this statement, this was a conversation between two people, one the wife of Donald Trump and another a person who works for a separate organization, and nobody with the campaign itself was involved. Maybe that's the way it went down. It seems awfully odd to me, especially after 2 consecutive days of protestations to the media. This was a mountain out of a molehill, a tempest in a teapot, and every other cliche they can throw at us about how nothing happened. There was nothing to see here. So it just fits within, I guess, the larger construct of every time you tell yourself you've seen everything, you're wrong.
Major, I want to bring our senior political editor, Steve Chaggaris. He's sitting here with me. He's got some information he wants to share.
Hey, Major. I just pulled up a search. Online, there is a Meredith MacIver that pulls up, New York City resident. She has a trumporg.com email address. So it seems as if she exists. Can't confirm that she's a speechwriter by trade. I can't confirm that she actually was involved in what she said she was involved with, but it does appear that there's a woman with a trump.org, trumporg.com email address named Meredith MacIver. So it appears as an employee of with that name.
He was on my flight.
And Major, the question that I think a lot of people are going to have is this yet another sign that whilst Donald Trump was able to get more votes than any other Republican candidate in recent history, that the organization is still unorganized, the organization is still not communicating with each other? Because I was talking to Rick Davis, who, as you know, was a campaign manager for John McCain, and he said that nothing would ever get on that stage that hadn't been vetted by people at the campaign and also the Republican National Committee.
Right. I mean, it raises all those sorts of internal questions about what is happening, what isn't happening. And it also may be taking someone who has a semi-verifiable presence within the Trump Organization and making this person a sacrificial lamb, because there's been a concerted decision within the Trump inner circle not to blame anybody, not to fire anybody. Believe me, that was a behind-the-scenes conversation going on yesterday. Whose head might be on the chopping block? And I put that question directly to Paul Manafort today, the campaign chairman, before he went on CBS this morning, and he said, nobody. This is not a fireable offense. Nothing's going on. Nothing really bad happened. We're not going to do anything about it, so don't worry about it. And then we have this story. So it is evolving, and in some certain circumstances, devolving in terms of what is organized and what isn't.